Students, today we will be understanding the numerical regarding the bending of curved bars. So till now we have analyzed the different type of sections like cross sections like circular cross section, triangular cross section, rectangular cross section, and even this trapezoidal cross section. Now today we will see the applications of these cross sections. Why we were finding the value of h square for different type of cross sections. So today we will be learning that. So this is basically a curved bar. This is a curved bar whose cross section is having a trapezoidal cross section, and this trapezoidal cross section has also been analyzed over here like this. We will be analyzing it in detail further. So this is a curved bar, and this curved bar is known as a hook, which is used in case of cranes mostly to lift the load. Now we have given a problem in which a load has been suspended. A load has been suspended at the axis, or you can say the axis of the curvature, or the center of the curvature. The line of the load line is passing through the center of curvature. Point number 1. The value of the load is P is equal to the 37.5 km, which is given into the numerical. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out what kind of stresses are getting generated into this crane hook, so that this crane hook is safe when it is in operation. So we have to check this crane hook under that kind of loading. Now from this figure it is quite clear that from this is the cross section, this is the cross section. If load is there, so due to this load, this is the curvature. You can very well do it from here. This is the curvature. When load is there, this load will try to straighten this curvature. Will try to make straighten this curvature like this. Means it will try to reduce this curvature. Since this is a circular curvature, or as you can say it's a semicircular curvature, it will try to straighten the crane hook by the application of the load into the downward direction. This is the very important point that is true. Second point, since this is the cross section of this crane hook, in this cross section of the crane hook, this is AA, this is the inner part of this cross section. CC is the outer part of this cross section, and BB is the centroidal axis of this cross section. So we will be finding out these dimensions also. Let us analyze this cross section in a broader manner or in a zoom manner. Let us see from the diagram. From this diagram, let us see, yes, the line you are observing over here, which is passing through this center of the curvature. This line has been drawn over here, and this line is also known as the axis of the curvature, or this line is, because since it is passing through the center of the curvature, so that is why this line is also known as the axis of the curvature. This is red in color. Now, this is the curvature, or sorry, this is the, you can say, the cross section. I will write it, this is the cross section. Cross section is over here, which is at a distance, some distance from this axis of curvature. We are trying to match these two figures in this figure. Now, let us see. Now, from this figure, this is the line of the load. From line of the load to the centroidal axis, from the line of the load to the centroidal axis, the distance is known as E, or the eccentricity, small e. Point number 1. Point number 2, this is 52.5. This is R1. R1 is the distance. R1 is the distance from the center of curvature to the innermost fiber of your cross section. Yes or no? Yes. Means from B to O. B to O, this is your R1. Yes or no? Yes. Similarly, from C to O, what is your dimension? This is your R2. Third point, from the axis of curvature, means point O. O to B, this is your R. This is known as the radius of curvature. Clear हो गया यहाँ तक point? Now, moreover, the dimension have also been given into the numerical. This is B1 has been given in the dimension, that is B1 is 67.5. Similarly, B2 is here. This is your B2. V2 is your 22.5. Moreover, other dimension like D is given 90 and other dimensions like 52.5. This is also been given into the numerical. And rest of the dimensions we will be trying to find out through the rule of geometry. Let us find out the dimension. First of all, given is 37.5. This is the load which has been given and it is passing through the center axis of the curvature. No. So since the load passes through the center line, so E will be equal to R. So you can very well view it from the diagram. This is E. E is equal to your R. So E will be equal to your R. So this is a very important point to note. V1 is 67.5. V2 is 22.5. D equal to 90. These are the terms which are given into the numerical or into the geometry. First of all, let us find out the location of the centroidal axis into the cross section. We will try to find out where should we draw this BP. BP is the centroidal axis, means this axis is passing through the centroid of the trapezoidal section. So the trapezoidal section, the D1 this is given by, this is D1. D1 is the distance from the base. From the base means the innermost fiber from here to A to B. D1 is okay, you can call it as a D1 will be equal to A to B, AB. Means the location of your centroid. So D1 is the location of your centroid. D1 is as per the geometry of the trapezoidal section is given by B1 plus 2B2, B1 plus B2 into D by 3. We know the value of B1, we know the value of B2, we know the value of D, so we can locate the D1. Since if we have located D1, D1 is the distance from A to B, so we can locate the BB, means the centroidal axis. Now since we have located B2, we can also find the value of D2. The complete value of from A to C is 90. D1 has been found out, so we can calculate D2. So D2 will be equal to D minus D1 because total D is equal to D1 plus D2. This is quite clear from the figure. Moreover, the value of R1 is given, means the radius of curvature has also been given. So R equal to 52.5 is also given into the numerical. So R will be equal to R1 plus D1. So this is 90 mm. This is also clear from the geometry. From this geometry, this is clear. Similarly, R2 will be equal to 52.5 plus D. 50. This means R2 is from here to here. This is total R2. Means from the this fiber C2, you can say let it be this is your O. Let it be this is your O. From O to C, this is your R2. Means R2, what is the value of R2? R2 is equal to 52.5 plus D. Means this from here to here plus from here to here. This here to here is your 52.5 plus this is your D. So 52.5 plus 90. The value of D has been given as 90. So 90 is the one. Similarly, we have to find out the area of this cross section. Area of the cross section of a trapezoidal cross section. We know the value that is equal to capital A. The area of the cross section is equal to B1 plus B2 divided by 2 into D. So this value, after putting these values, the result comes out to be 4050 mm. Now we are trying to find out the bending moment. How to find out the bending moment? What is the meaning of bending moment? Since the load is applying over here, when the load is applying over here, so load padega, bending moment, it will have a bending moment. It will, because centroid is there. So distance from the centroid of the body and the application of the load, obviously a bending moment will definitely be reduced. So what will be the value of that bending moment? P multiplied by E. And this bending moment will be negative in nature. Why it will be negative in nature? Because it is trying to reduce the curvature. मतलब जो इसकी गोलाई है इसको खत्म करने की ये कोशिश कर रहा है. So that is why it is negative, which is not desirable. Which is not desirable. Second point, what kind of stresses are going to improve? जब ये नीचे की तरफ जाएगा और इसको इसका रेडियस ऑफ जो ये इसका कर्वेचर है इसको कम करके स्ट्रेटन करने की कोशिश करेगा, जो इनर मोस्ट फाइबर है यहाँ पे लिखा है, यहाँ पे आपका टेंसाइल स्ट्रेस इंड्यूस होगा और जो C है वो आपका कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेस इंड्यूस होगा। क्लियर हो गया यहाँ तक बात? दोबारा से मैं क्लियर कर रहा हूं, जब आपका यहाँ से बेंडिंग मोमेंट इंड्यूस होगा, इसके कारण जो है यहाँ पे आपका टेंसाइल स्ट्रेस है और यहाँ पे आपका कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेस है। इन्हीं की वैल्यूज हमने निकालनी है। लेट अस फाइंड आउट, लेट अस ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड। एरिया निकल गया था अपना। नाउ बेंडिंग मोमेंट वाज P minus P into E. This is minus P into E. This is minus 37.5 into 1000. This is किलो न्यूटन था तो इसको न्यूटन में तब्दील कर दिया। Multiplied by E है आपका 90. So after putting these values, यहाँ से हमने इसका सभी का वैल्यू पुट करते हैं माइनस 38 we can solve. Now next term is our finding out h square for the cross section, means the trapezoidal cross section. h square का जो जनरलाइज्ड इक्वेशन है, this is equal to r2 upon a into v2 plus v1 minus v2 upon d into r2 log of v r2 by r1 minus v1 minus v2 into minus r2. So this is the generalized equation. We have already solved this equation in our previous lecture. So let us see. Now after putting the value of r2, r1, v1, v2, r3 and a, we know all these values and we have already find these values from the geometry. We have to simply put these values in the h square. After putting these values, we obtain the value of h square as 650.26 mm square. Now apart from the bending stress, if you are putting a stress on a body like this, it direct stress comes into the picture. That direct stress is given by sigma naught equal to P load divided by the area. So load is 37.5 into 1000 is because it's a kilonewton divided by area. Area from the, this is the cross sectional area. Cross sectional area, this is 9.26 megapascal or Newton per mm square. The bending stress at any layer at a distance y from the centroidal axis is given by, means centroidal axis से बेंडिंग स्ट्रेस यानी कि ये आपका सेंट्रोइडल एक्सिस है, इससे ऊपर की तरफ फ्रॉम हियर यहां से यहां तक ये y हो गया आपका, y हो गया पॉजिटिव और नीचे की तरफ क्या हो गया y आपका। So the bending stress from the centroidal axis, either upper side or the lower side, at a distance y, the equation for that, the bending stress is given by sigma will be equal to m upon ra 1 plus r square upon h square into y plus r plus y. So this is a generalized equation to find out the bending stress at the fibers, maybe on the upper side of the centroidal axis, maybe on the lower side of the centroidal axis. If it is on the upper side of the centroidal axis, y will be positive. If it is on the lower side of the centroidal axis, y will be negative. Because the nature of the stress induced above the centroidal axis is different than that of the nature of the stress induced below the centroidal axis. That is why. Now, after putting the value of m from here, we have from this step m का वैल्यू हमने निकाला हुआ minus p into e से, r का वैल्यू हमें पता है, a का वैल्यू हमें पता है, after h square का वैल्यू हमने निकाल लिया उधर से। After putting all these values except y, I have kept y as it is. So I have been able to make a generalized equation for this particular thing. If I need to find out the bending stress at any point above, below or above this centroidal axis in the curve, I can do it. So let us see from the figure. So since I am interested in finding out the compressive stresses, because I have been asked to find out the compressive stresses and the tensile stresses in the numerical. So the compressive stresses will be at the outermost end, means at the section CC, and the tensile stresses will be induced at the innermost section, means at the section AA. So we have to put the value of y accordingly. So as per you, what will be the value of y at section CC? What will be the value of y at section CC? So the value of y at section CC must be 2.5 or equal to D2. Means if you want to find out the value at this fiber, so this must be distance. This is from here to here. This is D2. Means 52.5. Similarly, if you want to find out the value of bending stresses at section A, what will be the value of y? Minus D2. Clear? Done? So let us do it. So let me find out that is D2. Here I have D2 equal to 52.5 and D1 equal to 37.5. So where will we remember it? Now simply put the value. So this equation gives sigma cc gives the equation of the bending stresses that will be induced at the innermost fiber of the trapezoidal cross section in this problem. So why the value of 52.5 is there? From here we have been able to, or we have been successful to obtain minus 51.75 megapascals. This kind of stress will be, this is the bending stress which will be at the innermost fiber or at the section CC. Now we will be finding out the other stress. Let us see. So what will be the resultant stresses at section CC? Two types of stresses are being applicable. One is your direct stress sigma naught and second stress is your bending stress. So the resultant stress at section CC will be equal to the summation of all these stresses. First one is the direct stress 9.26 plus, since this is a negative in nature, negative means it is in a direction which is if it is a compressive then this is a tensile. So minus 51.75, the total value will be minus 42.9 megapascal at section CC. So this will be in tensile in nature. Obviously quite clear from the figure. Point number 1. Point number 2. Similarly, finding the stresses at the section AA. The section AA, the value of y at the section AA will be minus D1. Simply put it into the value of the bending stresses. Now to find out the this is the equation for finding of the bending stresses at the section AA. Minus 9.26 plus 1 plus 12.45 minus 37. This is the value of y. Because since this is negative in nature, value of y, because this is below the centroid direction. Please remember. So this is, after putting this value, we have been able to obtain 73.12 megapascal. So net stress or the resultant stress at section AA will be equal to sigma direct plus sigma bending is to nature. So since this is positive in nature, quite clear, means your outermost fiber means AA will be under compressive stress. So this is all about the from this figure. So let us see from the geometry. This is section AA. So this is at this value will be 82.38. Means at this value from here. This is your 82.38. And what is this one? At half. Minus 51.75 MPa. One more thing I have to tell about this thing. You can observe it from the figure that the innermost fiber are more stressed. This is the value is 82 and this value is 51. Negative positive sign are simply the type of stress. See the magnitude only. This is 82 and this is 51. Means your innermost fiber are getting more stressed than that of your outermost fiber. So that is why, this is the simple reason we generally ask why the crane hook section is trapezoidal in nature. So that is why this innermost section is having the more width than that of the outermost. Because outermost section, outermost fiber of your cross section is having or experiencing or getting loaded with a lesser amount of stress than that of the innermost. Thank you very much.